Hello friends, this is Jake. Thank you for joining me on this video. In this video, I'll give you the latest update on my Robinhood portfolio. As some of you already might know, I started this video series when my account was at 50,000 and my goal was to get the account to 100,000, which we reached a couple of weeks back. So now our new milestone is to get this account to $250,000, and we are going to try prudent investing, right? We're not going to take a super risky approach. So this account is primarily made of ETFs, but if you count the percentage of ETFs, it's sitting at kind of less than 50%, but the idea is to increase that percentage to 100% over time. But at this time, this portfolio is in a growth phase, so that's why the allocation on the stocks is more, trying to make more money from options, and then with that money I'm buying ETFs. So without further ado, let's go to portfolio updates. So first we'll talk about the performance of this portfolio from Feb 1st to 14th, because I made a previous update video for January. So on Feb 1st, the portfolio was sitting at 114k, and by last Friday, portfolio was at 127k, which means that we had a profit of 13k, but this includes both realized and unrealized gains. It's mostly unrealized gains. That means some of the stocks went up, never sold them, but some of it is realized because I did make money from options. I'll also show you in later part of the video. I'll show you all the options that I hold right now. Also my portfolio, the components of my portfolio. In terms of gains, I had between Feb 1st and 14th, I had 11.53% gain against SPX index of 4.27%, which is pretty good. So to give an update on the stocks I hold 8 stocks and 31 ETFs plus option contract. So overall performance for the last 1 year, that is previous 365 days, I have a 76.16% gain versus 16.62% for the S&P index. And all time, I've crossed 100% gains, so I have more in gains than I ever put into this account. This account was started on September 7, 2018. So this is against a gain of 37.0% for the SPX index. So analyzing my returns, I have approximately 40% annualized gain year over year. I know at this point many of you would have this question: how was I able to make a profit of 100%, and that too in a span of 2 years? And actually, the truth be told, most of these gains in this 100% happened in the last 1 year. Almost 80% of the gain happened in the last 1 year. So how was I able to do that? It's not a big secret. Last year, as you all know, we had a big dip in the market, and I was able to kind of time it. So I had some chunk of money left. I was brave enough to invest it when the market was down, and the market came right back up. That is a part of the story. But the rest of the story is I was selling premiums for the options throughout last year, and because of the higher volatility in the market due to COVID, options were giving decent premium. So I do not have to go to any risky stocks like NEO or Teslas of the world. Wish I had gone in there, I would have made more money. But hindsight is 2020, right? All I went was stocks like Microsoft, Facebook, as you see right here, Disney, Visa, and even those low beta stocks were able to were giving decent option premiums. So the current stocks in play here are Disney, Facebook, Microsoft, Schlumberger, and Visa, right? Even throughout last year, the mix of these stocks were kind of the same. I used to rotate out a few stocks, like for a while I had JP Morgan, then I had Airbnb, I had Square. So I kept on rotating out of this. But in general, this was my universe of stocks where I sold options against. So just to go over my strategy, my thought process behind this, Disney and Microsoft, I sell it way out of the money, strike price, because I like to keep them in my long-term portfolio. But Facebook and Visa and Schlumberger, I don't really care about them. I do keep these stocks in another portfolio, but in this portfolio I don't really care about them, so I sell it very close to the market price of the stock. So if you see here, 2 contracts of Facebook is already within the money, and 1 Facebook contract is just out of the money. Schlumberger is within the money, and Visa is also within the money, So most probably next week, 2 of those Facebook contracts might leave this account. Schlumberger might be gone from this account. Visa might be gone, but I don't care. The whole point is to make option premium, and I just rotate them, right? As long as they give decent option premium, I'm happy. So now let's quickly go over the stocks that I keep in my account. Microsoft, Disney. As I said before, Microsoft and Disney are long-term holds. So those 2 will always be there in the account. Then Facebook, Visa, Schlumberger, JP Morgan. By the way, JP Morgan last year, I was able to kind of keep this going for almost 5 months. That is, sell options against it. So during that time, JP Morgan gave dividends, and I was able to buy 10 stocks using that dividend. Eventually, the strike price that I sold became in the money, and those stocks got exercised, but still I got 10 stocks. Home Depot, this stock was here since the beginning of this account. Never did anything with it, did not add to it much, so it's been there for some time. Other than that, my ETFs are primarily made of REITs ETF, both national and international. Also, I have dividend stocks, dividend aristocrat like Noble. And then I also have a SPY, QQQ, and the most recent addition to this account is Block, which is kind of the blockchain ETF. I would like to add more to Block. And if you see here, most of the stocks I only have like few shares, right? If you see here 8, 9, 6. So the story behind that is when I started this portfolio, I only had 1 or 2 stocks of each, and what I primarily did was selling options premium, right? I told before, and with that money, I started buying. Every week I buy some ETFs, whichever was lower or red, I just buy them, and slowly it's been increasing. And if you see here, some of them I have close to 50 now, and maybe in a year or so I would have 100 of them. And once I have 100 for many of the US based ETFs, I'd be able to sell options against those as well. So that will bring additional revenue for this portfolio. At least that's a plan. So if you want to know more about the strategies that I already adopted and I'm planning to adopt over the course of this year, please let me know in the comments. Since I don't have too many subscribers, I should be able to answer all your questions in detail. So that's all I had today, folks. Hope you all are staying safe. Until we meet again, ciao.